State of Wisconsin gets a major step forward in reopening the state today, and a bit of a surprising move. Wisconsin's Governor Tony Evers signed an order that allows standalone or strip mall-based stores to reopen with some restrictions. It's a lifeline many small businesses tell us they desperately need. Now, this applies to those mall or standalone stores, strip mall, I should say, or standalone stores only, with an outdoor entrance. No malls yet. Shop owners can only let 5 people in at a time, and they have to have proper social distancing both indoors and for people waiting in line outside. Larger stores must dedicate at least 2 hours a week to vulnerable shoppers. The state is not requiring masks, but shops can ask you to put one on. WCCO spoke with some store owners in Hudson who said they'll do what they can to keep everybody safe so they can avoid going back to the last 2 months.
Stressful. We're sad that we couldn't see all our customers, lonely. Kind of a hills and valleys. One day it'd be really positive, and the next day you don't know where that emotion came from.
Now, one of the reasons Wisconsin decided to go forward with this is the percentage of positive COVID-19 cases. Take a look at this chart. It shows that information over the last 2 weeks, and you can see the overall percentage of people who tested positive in Wisconsin is beginning to decline steadily. Let me show you Minnesota. And it's a little more of a mixed bag on the Minnesota graph. You see the percentage of positive cases over that same time period. And there are spikes and dips, but no real steady decline there. Here are the latest numbers. Minnesota, 11,800 cases about. Nearly 600 deaths. In Wisconsin, you see 10,400 cases. Look at North and South Dakota, obviously much smaller populations there, but the number of cases, confirmed cases and deaths, so much smaller than Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa.
There's less than a week to go for Minnesota's stay-at-home order, and some Republicans are trying to speed up that reopening process. The Senate passed a bill that would allow businesses to reopen if they follow federal and state safety guidelines. Now, the bill is unlikely to pass in the state house. Less than 1 month after Wisconsin's controversial presidential primary election, some voters are headed back to the polls today. There's a special election to fill the U.S. House seat of Congressman Sean Duffy. Voters there can vote absentee. Wisconsin's April primary showed just how challenging social distancing and in-person voting can be. They had dozens of coronavirus cases that were linked to that election day. Nebraska's presidential primary is also today, and voters did have the option of casting ballots early. And California voters can mail in ballots for a special election today as well.